Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Already countdown for the election that is due to take place 5th of October in Rivers State. All the parties are gearing up. Of course, APC is literally begging Fubara to please give it a level playing ground so that everyone will throw in their very best, and the very best should take the day. And of course, APP also is not letting their guards down. Word to word, they're busy campaigning very strongly. PDP is nowhere to be found. Of course, they have decided to boycott the election, even though they're making very strong move to ensure that the elections at all did not hold. While the wives of the police wives have decided to pay courtesy visit to Fubara. Let's hear what Fubara is telling them, because in all of this, security is paramount. Remember, there have been displayed by top opposition guys, Tony Okocha and the likes, saying that they should not give them, the security personnel should not give security to the elections, because they believe that the election should not hold in all true sense of the word. And of course, Fubara is using this opportunity to send a strong message across. Let's find out what it is. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, according to Fubara, I said, we are passionate about impact and not distractions. He said, River State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara has said his administration has continued to do the best to leave sustainable impact of development in the state, as that is what counts most and not the number of distractions encountered. Now, Governor Fubara made this known while speaking to the delegation of Police Officers Wives Association, as POWA, led by the wife of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Mrs. Elizabeth Egmetokum, who paid him a courtesy visit at Government House, Port Harcourt on Friday. And the governor noted that his administration is focused at delivering good governance to the people despite challenges, and assured of his commitment to providing quality leadership that will meet the expectations of the people. He called on the wives of the police officers to prevail on their husbands to always stand for what is right and be professional in their responsibilities, adding that it is better to leave a legacy of good name that will pave the way for their children in the future than to engage in activities that will block opportunities for them. Advise your husbands. Let them continue to stand on the path of truth. It does not matter who is in control today, but nothing lasts forever. What lasts forever is the truth. Lead a life when your name is mentioned. Today you are the IGP, but tomorrow you won't be there. When that name is mentioned somewhere, people will say, that is a good man. You won't be there again to defend yourself. But now the name can pave the way for you. So please, because the truth about it is that we are the head, while you are the neck. The neck controls these heads. Governor Fubara applauded the wife of the IGP and Police Officers Wife Association for the initiative of looking after the widows of fallen officials and officers, which gives them a sense of belonging and cushions the effect of the absence of their departed husbands. I quote him again. I strongly believe that if the CP is not doing what is right, you won't be here. It means he is living up to his responsibilities. Let me also commend his wife for finding time and willing to also spend the resources, because one thing is having the time and another is to also spend the resources to leave a landmark, something that the police of Rivers State will not forget in a hurry. It doesn't matter how big. What is important is giving back to the society. And I am happy that one of the cardinal objectives of this body is to support the family of officers. You might think what you're doing is nothing, but it goes a long way to assure the police officers and their wives that even if they are no more, somebody is there to look out for them. So I want to encourage you to continue to do that. The governor commended the professional conduct of the police commissioner, Rivers State Command, CP Disu, which has contributed in stabilizing the state and sustained the prevailing peace, adding that he will be willing to write positive recommendations for him whenever he's called upon. CP Disu is, on our own part, if there is any support that we can give to POWA for any future project that don't hesitate to get to us. You have been a very wonderful officer. I need to say this to be on record. You found yourself in a very difficult situation, but have been very unbiased and fair. So I want to commend you for that. Continue to be unbiased and don't shift the balance. We will do whatever or we'll do everything to give you the support for you to succeed. So we should learn and work as professionals. I can say boldly here, because the IGP's wife, you can transmit this to the Inspector General of the Police, CP Disu, has been very professional. Without Disu, this state would have been destroyed. So if they need a recommendation letter on him, let them come. I will give them. He assured the support of his government to any subsequent project embarked upon by the association in Rivers State and urged them to continue to pray for the state so that peace and development will be sustained. The governor thanked the police officers' wives for the honor of visiting as a mark of respect for his government, adding that they should continue to intercede for the state in high places in the state, as the state wants peace at all times, stressing that he is a man of peace and truth, promising not to depart from that path, which has been sustaining his administration. I quote him again. He said, please help us to pray for Rivers State and intercede for us. There are places we cannot reach, but our message today is going to those places. That is the request we are making as a government. We do not want any trouble. What we are doing here is governance. Let me thank every one of you. This is who we are. I am the same person that I have been, the same peace-loving person who will always tell the truth, who will always tell you the truth, and I will respect you. And because of that respect and the truth, that is why we are still standing and God is still guiding us in the face of every problem. In her remarks, the wife of the Inspector General of Police and President of Police Officers' Wives Association, POWA, Dr. Mrs. Elizabeth Egbetokun, thanked the governor for receiving them, adding that they made it a point of duty to pay a visit to the governor as a matter of responsibility and mark of respect, especially to commend him for all his support to the association. She said her mission in the state is to commission the POWA shopping complex built by the state chairperson and wife of the Commissioner of Police Rivers State Command, Mrs. Tunji Disu, as well as check on the welfare of widows of fallen officers in the state. Now, this is very interesting. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on the fact that Governor Siminalayi Fubara is using this podium and this platform to tell the police officer's wife to please prevail on their husbands to follow peace? Of course, he also commended CP Disu for being very professional despite the difficult situation he found himself in. He's staying in the balance, not wanting to shift on the other side, because actually he understands the dynamics of trying to take orders from the federal level and also seeing the peace in the state and how peaceful he is, also not trying to undermine his government. What's your take?
Well, for me, commendation is very needful at a time like this where fairness seems to be very far from our government. Fairness seems to be very difficult to get at. You know, one of the things that are most prevalent now is that the politicians, especially the greedy ones, are remote controlling things in every phase. They make use of the police to control things. They make use of the court to control things. Before you can even get a job, fairness is not seen again. So for you to see someone of integrity in the public sector, it's very difficult. People who are fair, people who judge things rightly, it's very difficult to see such men now in our time. And that's why it's important. Whenever you come across such men, you need to commend them so that other people who are also thinking of whether to stand straight or to bend, they will reconsider their stand and know that the government still appreciate people like this. You know, unfortunately, we have found ourselves in a particular situation whereby no one can even resign because of they're trying to make you get out of the ethics of your job. You know, you can hardly see such people. So whenever you see someone who is always out there, you know, making sure that things are done right, whereby his hands cannot be bent, because sometimes some of them believe that their hands can be bent, not that it can be bent. If you still stand your ground, at the end of the day, you still get what you want. But unfortunately, it's difficult in our own time. Everybody's looking for that recommendation from that corrupt politician. I want a situation whereby they can bring bags of money to you and all of that. That is not what we want in our society. If we must graduate our democracy to something reasonable in the future, we need men like Disu who will stand up to defend the truth, who will stand up to, create a level playing ground such that, the people will know that he's following the ethics of his job and is standing by it. So for me, it's thumbs up to such men.
Oh, but I'm just wondering if, just like Fubara is thumbing him up or no, I'm still surprised though that they are still occupying the secretariat of the local government chairman, local government secretary, despite the court order. Well, that's going to wrap it up. I guess Fubara knows exactly where it pains him the most, and that's why he's giving that commendation. Let's meet in that comment.